as we shift our attention across the country to the East region, and the aforementioned Duke Blue Devils really didn't break a sweat. Cooper Flagg actually did play in both of these games to the surprise of a lot of people. All good. Duke dominates Mount St. Mary's, no big surprise. 33-point victory over Baylor. That was surprising to me. I expect them to beat Baylor, but 33 points, or excuse me, 23 points. Bad math over here. And then on the other side of that, I tell you what, watching Arizona, Oregon at 9:30 at night, at 12 after dark, I tell you, Bill Walton watching with a big old smile on his face. I don't care if that's a Big 10, Big 12 matchup. That'll always be the Pac-12 to me. But anyways, Arizona takes down Oregon in a very, very good game. They will get Duke in a matchup that I am salivating over. And then on the bottom side of that, Alabama, another team that really, well, they weren't tested by St. Mary's. I thought St. Mary's was going to test them. I thought St. Mary's could beat them. They were never even close in that one. However, Robert Morris did give Alabama a bit of a run. They actually led in the second half of that one, but Alabama got the job done. They are heading to the regional semis to face the BYU Cougars, who put together, for me, the most impressive weekend of a non-top 4 seed. They dominated VCU, which I had VCU in the Elite 8. They dominated VCU, and then they took care of business against Wisconsin. BYU be going up against Alabama in a very underrated matchup. That over-under might be 210. But anyways, Raider Jim, your thoughts on the East region?
Yeah, East region was good. It wasn't my favorite, but it's kind of hard to say that would be my favorite bracket when Duke is just dominating the way they are. I mean, you win by 40, you win by 23. You're doing whatever you want out on the court. And just like that bracket with Florida, you look up down and you go, well, what are they really going to do next? Arizona played some good ball, better than I thought they played the first 2 rounds. I don't see Arizona going out there and giving Duke anything to worry about. That's just my opinion. Now, on the lower end of that bracket, I like BYU a lot. I like BYU going into it. I like BYU's chances to take care of business against Wisconsin, which they did. BYU against Alabama, that's going to be a little bit tougher of a job to pull off, but who knows? Stranger things have happened. Would be kind of interesting to see what kind of a tough game, as tough as they are and as physical as they can be, how well could they hang with Duke enough to at least, make the spread a little more competitive, if you will. But I think we're going to see Duke definitely against one of those guys, obviously. And for my money, I still think it's going to be Duke.
Yeah, as I kind of already laid out, Duke, for me, they dominated. Every team was pushed a little bit. Maybe, again, not to all the way, but even Florida, they got pushed by UConn. Auburn pushed a bit by Creighton. And obviously Arizona was pushed by Oregon. Duke was never in doubt this entire weekend. However, I really firmly believe, and I think you'd have to give a Duke fan or whatever truth serum for them to actually admit this. But there's one man on this planet, Raider Jim, that they fear more than anyone. And that man is Caleb Love, because he did a lot of damage to them. He actually, the last time we saw Duke in the Final Four, I want to say it was Caleb Love eliminating Duke and sending Coach K into retirement. Now, the only problem with Caleb Love is either going to go nuclear or missing. And there is very little in between. He was incredible against Oregon. Probably the only reason a huge reason why they took down Oregon. He's way too inconsistent for me. I would not be, if he drops 35, hold on. They still might, Duke still might get the victory. But that's their only way, is if Caleb Love goes nuclear. And again, There's still that Tar Heel blood that runs through him. I guarantee you, he is not a fan of seeing Duke. So just keep that in mind. The other thing I did see, this is, I think, the 5th largest spread between a 1-4 Sweet 16 matchup. Duke 9.5 point favorite. So keep an eye on that. On the bottom side of this, BYU, Alabama. Just give it to me right now. I don't care about, well, for the most part, I don't really care about a whole lot else. This is the game that I think of the weekend. BYU, Alabama, 2 teams that just want to do one thing, and that's score. And generally, I don't like that, but when you get done watching St. John's, Arkansas, where they went, I think 3 for 41, and I think St. John's missed 17 layups. Every once in a while it is nice to see Alabama play no defense, but also shoot 45% from 3. So I think that game's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited to see it. I want to see Duke, Alabama, just for the contrast in styles, the contrast in coaching, the contrast in everything. I still think Duke comes out of this no matter what, though. I really do think that Duke is the best team in the country right now. And the fact that you're not having to answer questions about rust on Cooper Flagg, I think that also helps a lot as well. So again, I say it's chalk, but the Duke's the 1 seed for a reason, folks.